I find Zoom a whole lot smoother than that.
I can tell by your facial expressions.
Disclosure of conflict of interest.
Is there any? There being none, we'll move immediately to item 5, please.
Public hearings, none.
Public presentation, or item 6, please.
Public presentations, none.
Item 7, particularly 7.1.
Minutes of regular council meeting of Tuesday, April 14th, 2020.
Make a motion to adopt the minutes as presented.
Seconded.
On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried unanimously once again. Thank you. Council, I will just say that as your chair, as I watch you, when you're indicating your approval, there's a delay. So when I'm calling for those against, your hands are going up.
Okay.
So there's just a delay in the system. But I can hear you saying aye, so that's why I'm calling for telling them it's unanimously adopted. So I'll move right on to item 8, please.
Bills for payment.
Make a motion that we pay the bills for $210,203.03.
I had a question.
Please, yeah.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Councillor Evans. Councillor Likely, please.
The Transit Commission, are we still have the same service running to this community that we've had under before this all happened?
I'm not aware, Your Worship, of any changes.
Okay, so I'm just curious. I mean, if they're cutting back service, we should cut back payments. That's all.
Thank you, Councillor. I'm sure staff can check on that, but I've actually seen the bus. Look, I'm not up all the time at that hour of the morning up and out, but I have seen Jennifer Spinney driving that bus going by.
And I'm assuming we're keeping costs of all the COVID-19 expenses that we're incurring in the event that we have to put a package together to get reimbursed.
Yes, Your Worship, we are tracking all the COVID-19 expenses in a separate account.
Perfect. Thank you. That's all I had.
Nothing else? Then on the question on bills for payment, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded, if there are any? There being none, it's been adopted unanimously. Thank you, Council. And the item is 9, A through G, please.
Grand Bay Westfield Volunteer Fire Rescue Department report for April 2020, Building Inspector's report for April 2020, Dog Control report for April 2020, Recreation Department report for April 2020, Works Department report for April 2020, River Center Coordinators report for April 2020, RCMP report for April 2020.
Make a motion to receive and file.
Seconded.
On the question, Sandra, do you know, and is Troy on with us, the fire chief?
I'm not sure if he stayed on for the public meeting.
Perhaps not. Would you ask him, please? In the volunteer fire rescue report, I just happened to notice that the department spent a number of hours, actually almost the equivalent of a full day, fighting rubbish and/or grass fires at a time when they're not permitted. I'm wondering if there's a cost assigned to that when we have to go, if they are recreational and not allowed, or do we charge that back to the persons hosting the fire? Could you just find that out for me, please?
I will, Your Worship.
Thank you. Is there anything further on the content of your consent agenda?
No.
There being none, then, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried unanimously. Once again, please, your item is 10.
Business arising from the minutes, regular council meeting minutes of Tuesday, April 14th.
Is there any? There being none, we'll move to item 11.
Delegations, none.
Item 12.
Petitions, none.
Item 13.
Bylaws, none.
Item 14.
Notice of motions,
Are there any, council? Hearing none, I'll move to item 15, please.
reports, none.
And item 16, please.
Email of May 1st, 2020 from Corporal Tom White, RCMP, re-input on community consultation annual performance plan 2020-2021.
So we have a request from Corporal White to have the priorities come from council again by May 15th, I think was the cutoff date for that. And I sent the three priorities out to you earlier. They've certainly served us well, keeping in mind that the New Brunswick Health Council found us to be the safest community of 33 in the province who applied. So I guess what I would say is engagement of youth, protection of property, and traffic enforcement were our previous three priorities. If they still serve you well, we could forward that list to them, or if you want to change, we can have.
Moved.
Thank you, Ryan.
Seconded.
Thank you, Councillor Evans. On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried, and your item is 17, please.
Letter of April 24th, 2020 from Honorable Jeff Carr, Minister of Environment and Local Government, re-support for climate change vulnerability assessment for Grand Bay Westfield.
Sandra, did you say Jeff Carr? Did you read 17?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, council, we have, there's a motion there to receive with thanks for your consideration.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried, and your item is 18, please.
Letter of April 21st, 2020 from Honorable Bill Oliver, Minister of Transportation and Infrastructure, request for updated 5-year plan under the Municipal Designated Highway Program.
I'd like to make a motion, we refer this back to staff.
Seconded.
On the question, we have a mover and a seconder. All those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Being none, your motion is carried. We're going to move to item 19, please.
Email of May 5th, 2020 from Manada Woodworth, Chief Executive Officer of the Nature Trust, request for support.
Make a motion to send that to the grants application program or budgeting.
Whatever you
Sandra.
want, receive and file, or you can re-forward it to budget. It's up to you, council.
Forward at the budget.
Seconded.
On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried, and your item is 20, please.
Letter of January 29th, 2020 from Doug Hartford, Professional Engineer, Dilling Consultant, redesignated Highway 2019 Route 177 Culvert Replacement Project Number 19-1192 Holdback Release Certificate Number 2.
Make a motion to authorize payment to Golf Operators Limited for $33,695.07 for certificate number 2, holdback release certificate, project number 191192.
Second.
Thank you, Councillor Evans. On the question, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried unanimously once again, and we'll move to item 21, please.
Town of Granby request for funding, summary information sheet for April 30th, 2020, grants deadline, relevant information included.
I'd like to make a motion, and would you like me to read them like we have done in previous years?
Yes, please, Bev.
River Valley Middle School Sea Blue Boy teacher indoor soccer tournament request for $250. Westfield Elementary School Louise Johnson principal Gaga ball pit on playground request for $200. Inglewood School Pamela Burt principal hydro seating playground request for $300. Grand Bay Home and School Amanda Ham popcorn machine for home and school and school request for $424.19. Then we have one that came in after May the 1st. And I'm going to suggest we deal with that in a minute here after we do these ones.
First of all, do we have a seconder for 1 through 4?
I'll second that. Can we just add the 5th?
Well, no, not according to the mover, but
Okay.
come back and deal with that. So we have a seconder for 1 through 4. So on the question, Sandra, perhaps you could tell me, I just noticed that item 4 is for a considerable amount. Is that an amount that we normally give in the grant summary? I can't, that printing is so small, I can hardly see it there.
We have, your worship, given amounts up to 500 in the past, and in some occasions to schools.
Yes.
And this supports more than one school.
Thank you. That's fine. So if everyone is on the issues 1 through 4, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary? Your motion is carried. Bev, did you still want to deal with item 5?
Yes, please. I'd like to make a motion because it came in after the fact. That's why I would like to do it separate. But I would still like to support the Grand Bay Primary School, Rosalind Nickerson Principal School Coding Club, and STEAM Learning request for $200.
Second it.
We've supported the STEAM before, and it's really good to see the schools doing coding. That's why I'm willing to look at this after the fact.
Well,
It's one day, right? 1 day late?
Yeah, with COVID, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
that's what I was going to say.
Just
You don't want
just
to start a habit.
one at a time, please, because I think Councillor Snodgrass, please go.
No, I was just gonna add to that. Like that's a great program. My son has utilized that a lot when he was in Inglewood. They had it up there as well, and it's a great program, and it's certainly something we should get behind. And again, with COVID-19, I think we have to be a little more, flexible, I guess, with those due dates. Especially, given what we're dealing with right now.
Yep.
So, yeah, please, Councillor Evans.
Well, I just want to, I would believe I support it because it's COVID situation. Schools have been closed, but I don't want year to year on year people thinking they can miss the deadline
Yes.
because we like the cause. There's a process that's in place. This is unique. And like I discussed earlier, I believe we need to make this happen because of COVID, and that's a great cause.
Yeah.
I would support you on that, Councillor Evans, because I think just the last time we turned somebody down that was late.
Yeah. We did.
Exactly.
We have to ensure the continuity, but I think you're quite right. I think COVID, and certainly Mrs. Nickerson being not at school every day, perhaps it's easy to miss a day. So overlooking it in this particular case probably makes some sense. So on the question of approving all of those 5 or the 5th grant, all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried. And your item is 22, please.
Adjournment.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question,
Hey, John.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Your motion is carried. Thank you, council. And we have another Zoom meeting at 8 o'clock.